What's up, guys? This is EJ Holland with the Wolverine.com, and Michigan has scored a commitment on the recruiting trail. Before we talk about that, I want to make sure to remind you guys to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free. It is official visit season, so we're consistently dropping new videos. We're doing 2 live shows a week, so don't miss out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, get alerts every time we drop a new video, and of course, liking this video helps us out. And also, special offer for our YouTube subscribers. Use the promo code UM1 for $1 for 2 months over at thewolverine.com, where you can get even more inside information and up-to-the-minute updates coming out of official visits. All right, let's talk about Michigan's newest member of the 2025 recruiting class. Michigan just scored a commitment from 4-star defensive lineman / edge Jaylen Williams out of Chicagoland. Now, Jaylen has been considered a Michigan lean for a while. I actually put in a prediction back in November, but this recruitment got kind of interesting throughout the process, mostly because Michigan had so many changes along the defensive line. Remember, Jaylen almost gave Michigan a commitment back in January, but of course, you had the staff changes. You had Jim Harbaugh leave to the NFL. He took defensive line coach Mike Elston with him, which Williams wasn't super happy about. But the Wolverines hired Greg Scruggs to replace him, who actually recruited Williams at Wisconsin. So he was fired up about that hire. And of course, Scruggs got himself into some issues and was dismissed from the program. So Michigan was on its 3rd defensive line coach right now, Lou Esposito. And Esposito didn't really have too much of a pre-existing relationship with Jaylen Williams, but he does have really strong ties in Chicagoland. And I think he did a fantastic job of recruiting Williams over the last several weeks. You know, every time I checked in with Williams, he had not set up an official visit with Michigan. He was expected to go to Miami, ended up canceling that, went to Michigan, and obviously the Wolverines were able to seal the deal soon after. So, you know, I say this in saying that Michigan had so many changes that it looked like Williams was trending away for a little bit. And now, obviously, he's in the class. So I think, again, you have to give a ton of props to Esposito for building that relationship in quick fashion. And Williams, too. You know, he's a Michigan type of kid. He's always wanted to be at Michigan. In fact, when I went to his game in the fall and interviewed him for the first time, he basically said Michigan was his dream school, that he wanted to be at Michigan. And so, you know, I think it kind of was just a matter of everything getting settled down with the defensive line coach and making sure that he grew comfortable with Esposito. And once that happened and he made the visit and everything felt the same, Michigan was able to shut it down. Now you're seeing Williams's highlights here play on the screen. On3 lists him at 6'5", 238. I don't think his weight has been updated in a long time. I mean, this is a guy that's like at least 260, 265 right now. You can see it on film. He's a big guy, and he's a legitimate 6'5", 6'6", man. I saw Nate Marshall, who's ranked as a top 100 recruit across the board, when I went out to Chicagoland in the fall, and I saw Jaylen Williams play later that day, and I thought Jaylen Williams was the better prospect. In fact, this is the game I was at against Evanston, and he was terrific in that game. Several quarterback pressures, a couple of sacks, played the run really well. Well, I like Jaylen Williams because of his versatility and his size. He's a guy that you can play as a bigger edge. So think Mike Morris. I think he's going to be close to 300 pounds at the next level. But he has an array of pass rushing moves. He plays pretty quick for his size. He is super athletic. He's long. So I just, you know, when you ask me Nate Marshall versus Jaylen Williams, I think Nate Marshall is more refined right now, but he's a little bit of a tweener. I think Jaylen Williams is a guy that just has that length and prototypical frame that Michigan really does wonders with at the next level. So I kind of liken him to Mike Morris. I would expect him to be a very similar type of player in Michigan's defensive scheme. But yeah, I think he's really underranked by On3, which has him as a 3-star prospect. I see him as more of a top 300 recruit. So I think he's one of the more undervalued prospects in the country if you're using On3's rankings. But yeah, there's a lot to like about Jaylen Williams from his junior film. I expect him to take a step forward from a technical standpoint as a senior, and I think he could really rise up the rankings this fall. So again, a lot to like about Jaylen Williams. Great for Michigan to finally get him into class. For more Williams coverage and everything coming out of official visits, make sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also subscribe to the Wolverine.com using that promo code UM1, $1 2 months. And we will see you next time Michigan gets a commitment.